with so many of your teammates here, like how does it feel to kind of have this like one extra moment before your guys' pro day to just be teammates again?
Yeah, no, it's been awesome to get to see the guys that they did yesterday on the field. I'm not shocked at all from the work that we did this season to the work they did leading up to here. It's been really cool to see the guys one more time, get to see them back in Lubbock at the end of March, and so it's just really cool to see us, see our hard work pay off for sure.
Behren, what's it been like since the end of the season to now, kind of the whirlwind? Just talk about how that's been day to day for you.
Yeah, it's been really good. Finally getting the body healthy again. This season was a long season for sure for me, but this is the best I've felt really since high school. So I've been training up in Kansas City and just, working day by day to get my body to feeling better. And so I'm excited about this opportunity for sure.
Are you planning on being a full participant tomorrow during drills?
Yeah, I'm just going to be throwing, and then for my pro day, I'll be doing everything else.
Who are some of the teams you've already met with?
I've met with quite a few teams that are needing a backup quarterback as far as, the Bengals, the Titans, the Chiefs, the Commanders, the Browns, the Jets. I'm looking forward to, meeting more guys, but really enjoyed it so far.
Have you met with the Bears, by the way?
Yes, sir. Yeah, I have met with the Bears.
How'd that go?
Good, really good. JT Barrett's actually from my area, the neck of the woods in West Texas, Wichita Falls, and so we got to talk about Jacob Rodriguez and got to talk about some of the guys that played at Tech from Wichita Falls, so it was good meeting him for sure.
Thank you.
You've had a lot of coaches turnover at Texas Tech. Can you kind of talk about the different systems you've played under and how you've been able to be a leader throughout different coaches?
Yeah, 4 offense coordinators for my time at Texas Tech, all in the air raid system, all in the same tree. Little different, kinks in each offense, but similar, play fast, no huddle, play with a lot of tempo. Really enjoyed my time at Tech. It's taught me a lot, going through 2 head coaches, 4 offense coordinators. But I think that's kind of, molded me to the man I am now from going from 4 different offices in college. Yeah, that's what I'm excited about. Getting from playing in the air raid system, playing, high tempo offense to not playing in a 2-minute scenario feels like every time. The East-West Shrine game was an awesome opportunity for me to get to learn a pro-style offense and command a huddle. I feel like that's real football, and so I'm excited about the next opportunity. I think the under center stuff opens up the playbook so much more, and so I'm looking forward to the opportunity.
You said you met with the Commanders. How'd that meeting go?
Really good, yeah. Met with their quarterback coach. They're obviously in the market for a backup quarterback, and so it was a good conversation for sure.
What do you think it would be like to be in the same room as Jay Daniels?
Man, it'd be awesome to get to learn from a young guy that's already had success in the NFL level. That's really what I'm looking for. So a guy that's done it before, been in this process, not too long ago, but a guy that can understand how it is being a rookie coming in and what I can do to help him.
How about Tampa Bay? Have you met with the Buccaneers?
I have not met with the Bucs.
Can you talk?
No formals.
Can you talk a little bit about the mind shift of just going from being starting quarterback, leading a team to the college football playoff, and then going to the next level and just preparing for that possibility of being a backup and attacking that role?
Yeah, no, I feel like my time at Texas Tech has really, opened up a lot of doors for me. Sat behind Tyler Shuck for the first 2 years I was at Texas Tech, and so, I've been the backup before, and so, I'm a coach's kid. My dad was a high school football coach for 34 years, and I really enjoy just being in the facility. I'm a football junkie. I love every aspect of the sport, and so looking forward to the next level. And as far as what I can do for the starter, I'm going to be willing and able to do.
Can you talk a little bit about as being someone that was a backup before, what kind of things go into being the backup quarterback in terms of the build up to game day?
Yeah, you're helping the guy to get best prepared for the game, and whatever it is as far as blitz cut-ups to third down cut-ups throughout the week, I feel like I've a good football IQ, and I can help him in any other way that he needs help. Yes, sir, he did. It was good. I have a lot of respect for Texas high school coaches, for sure. With my dad being one for 34 years, getting the opportunity for him to coach me was a very unique experience. It was his alma mater, small town, graduated with 72 kids, and so it was a really cool opportunity. Not a lot of kids can say they got coached by their dad in high school, and so I really enjoyed that. No, sir, all air raid. Yeah, I mean, it was good. Obviously, like, I practice into it and, just get more comfortable out of it. I mean, I really did realize, like, the play action stuff out of under center compared to the gun is, like, night and day. And it really does open up a playbook as far as, the command of the offense, from the cadence to, the X's and O's. It just makes a big difference.
We've been asked this before, but what's the challenges of going against that Texas defense?
Yeah, no, it was a legit defense. I feel like that's kind of why we had some of our success this year on offense. Getting to go against David Bailey, Romello Height, those kind of guys. Like, they're going to create chaos for sure, and it was good for us to see. I really think that that pushed us a lot this year.
You're from Lubbock, you played in Lubbock, football family. Can you talk to us about the role of belief, how that got you to where you are right now? Do you even have any doubt that you'd be where you are today?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, this is everything that I dreamed of, for sure. From a young man's eyes looking forward, my dad being my high school head coach, he played in the league for a couple of years, and so to get to this moment where I'm at now, like, it's just been such a crazy journey. At Texas Tech for all 5 years, stuck it through injuries, stuck it through the hard times and changing coordinators, but really thankful for my time at Tech, and after going through the process, I fully believe that I should be here, and I'm excited about this opportunity.
Your teammate David Bailey is in the discussion to be the first non-quarterback drafted. If a team asked you just to give a short pitch on why he should be that player, what would it be?
Man, I mean, his work ethic. He's a pro. I was banged up this year, and so I was in the training room a lot, and he was always in there. And I think that speaks volumes on the way that he handles himself on and off the field. He's a pro at what he does. He's a great teammate. He came in for 1 year, but the culture that we built at Texas Tech, he fit right in, and he was an awesome teammate to have this year.
Behren, with you guys having that special season this year and all of that attention that you've got playing on the national stage as much as you did, how does that help prepare you for now?
Yeah, I mean, getting to play for Texas Tech's first ever Big 12 championship and to do a lot of things that we've never done before. This year was really special. A special group of guys. I can't say enough about Coach McGuire and what he's done for Texas Tech. I'm just happy to be a part of it for sure. And it was a really good, fun journey. But I feel like that's really was what pushed me to go into the next level and getting ready for this opportunity.
Jacob was asked yesterday if his season this past year was one of the best by a linebacker in college football history. He gave a very humble answer. But what would your response be to that question?
Man, there's not another guy like Jacob Rodriguez. He's truly one of a kind, a guy that goes to Virginia to play quarterback. Head coach retires, comes to Texas Tech. We don't have a scholarship spot for him. He's sleeping on the floor of his brother's apartment as a walk-on. Coach McGuire's like, hey, we do need a linebacker spot. Can you put on 40 pounds? And the dude put 40 pounds on in the offseason and, becomes a first-team All-American, and that just speaks volumes of how he was as a leader. Getting to be a 2-year captain with him. We shared a lot of experience as far as building the culture at Texas Tech, and so Jacob doesn't applaud himself enough for what he's done for Texas Tech and as a person.
What are you focused on showing all this?
My arm talent, and show that, this year, playing through an injury, wasn't able to show how mobile I was. This is the best my body's been feeling since high school, and so, really just show people that, I have a live arm and people know that, but at the same time, I can actually move in the pocket, I can move under center, just a versatile quarterback. Really teams that just need backup quarterbacks, the Commanders, the Browns, all the way from the Titans, the Bengals, just teams that are looking for a backup quarterback this year. A brief conversation with them.
what kind of player are teams getting that draft you on the field and off the field?
Yeah, I think for me, I love to compete. I'm a guy that loves to get out there and show grit. I've been a Texas high school coach's son for my whole entire life, and so to get to play football is a game I love. Ever since playing a little boy playing this game, this game means so much to me, and I'm excited to get to the next spot. I'm gonna compete for sure, and help in every aspect I can.
Is there any quarterbacks that you've kind of looked up to, maybe modeled your game or took bits and pieces from?
Yeah, I love the way that Baker Mayfield plays this game. He has that blue collar mentality with the chip on his shoulder. I love that. A Texas high school kid too, but I love the way that he plays the game.